All right, here we go. Today we have comedian Miss Pat, star of The Miss Pat Show and Miss Pat Settles It, both on BET. The classic Netflix stand-up special, Y'all Want to Hear Something Crazy, directed by Robert Townsend, as well as the book Rabbit, the autobiography of Miss Pat. Welcome to Vlad TV.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you have a very, very interesting story after going through your book. So I want to start in the very beginning. So you grew up in Atlanta.
Yes, born and raised.
And you were raised by your mom.
Yes.
Okay. And your mom had 5 kids.
5 kids.
And she didn't really go to school growing up.
She didn't go, I guess. I mean, no.
Right. And this goes back like 3 generations, right? Like
You mean high school drops out?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like nobody in your family graduated high school for 3 generations in a row.
Not that I knew of, yeah.
Okay. And can your mom like read and write?
She could sign her name, but not really, not really read.
Okay.
She watched soap operas every day. I don't think she needed to read.
Okay. And your living condition was pretty precarious.
Yeah, she was a single parent with 5 kids, and we lived in the inner city of Atlanta.
In an illegal liquor house.
Well, that's a little bit farther back. So that's my granddaddy bootleg house. So he sold moonshine.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom and she had 5 kids, and we lived with our granddaddy at that time.
Okay. So what exactly is a moonshine house?
Bootleg.
Moonshine is like you're making liquor in your backyard, essentially.
No, my daddy, you remember the movie, you remember the show Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah.
The fat white people, fat white dude. He used
Yeah.
to come up, not him, but somebody looked like him would come up and sell my granddaddy moonshine in the gallons. So my granddaddy sold corn liquor. That's what they called it. Because back in those days, the liquor store wasn't open on a Sunday. So our house was full on a Sunday. Because that was the only place you can get alcohol and beer. So that's what my granddaddy did. He sold single cigarettes, alcohol, and beer. And a little prostitution in the back room back there.
Okay. And your grandfather's nickname was Bearcat.
Bearcat Big George 38.
Oh. And he was pretty violent.
He whooped some ass. I don't know if you want to call it violent, but I mean, he kept his customers in order. Everybody knew my granddaddy didn't take crap. I wouldn't call him violent. He only beat up people that mess with him who deserved to be beat up.
Well, there was a situation with your uncle.
Oh, yeah. My uncle was playing with my granddaddy. That's not violent in the black community. And my granddaddy told him to leave him alone. So he took a golf club. I think it was a driver one. And he hit him in the mouth and knocked out all his teeth. And he said, I told you stop playing with me.
Well, yeah, he was watching the news, I guess, and your uncle disturbed him while he was watching the news.
Yeah, and he hit him in the mouth with a golf club.
Right. That's a little violent, don't you think?
That's what I was used to.
Okay.
When granddaddy said leave him alone, he meant leave him alone. And if you don't leave old people back in those days alone, you might lose some. So he lost his teeth.
Right.
He wasn't doing shit with them anyway.
Okay. So you lived with your grandfather, and your mom had a boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And you also had your Uncle Skeet, who used to live there.
Yeah, you're probably talking about my special need uncle, because you're talking about the book, so those names have been changed.
Oh,
so that's
I gotcha.
That's
Okay.
my uncle, my special need uncle.
Well, it said Uncle Stanley was a special needs uncle. I guess you changed the names around.
Yes.
But Skeet, you said, was the one that used to break into homes.
That's after my Uncle Peanut. Yes.
Okay.
Been a while since I read that damn book.
Okay. So you had a very colorful assortment of people in your home.
Yes. At all time at granddaddy house.
Well, your mom had issues with alcohol.
Yes, she was an alcoholic.
And I guess at 8 years old, she would have you pick people's pockets.
She did have me pick people's pockets.
Okay.
That was my first job.
That was your first job.
Yes.
So how would an 8-year-old get into someone's pocket?
You wait till they fall asleep.
Oh.
And you ease the wallet out real easy.
Oh.
Because drunk people sleep hard. It takes a lot to wake up a person that probably been drinking moonshine. So once they fall asleep at granddaddy's house, I would go in their pockets and take their money. And I would take their wallet and take the wallet back to my mama.
You said you hated that.
I hated living. I hated the whole situation, yeah.
Yeah. Now, you had a special needs uncle,
Yes.
and once a month, your grandfather would pay for a prostitute to come service him.
Yeah, because my granddaddy thought that if my uncle bust a nut, he would stop having seizures. It didn't work.
It didn't work. Well, I remember in your stand-up, you did a whole skit.
Bit on him. I did
a
a whole
whole
bit on
bit on that. That was the biggest uncircumcised penis you've ever seen.
They don't make them like that anymore.
I mean, did you actually see him?
All the time.
Really?
Where I grew up, it was nothing abnormal for seeing a grown man penis.
Okay.
Oh, woman titty. I grew up in a bootleg house. We saw everything.
Okay. So you're growing up in this house, and your mom has various issues, and
Everybody had very issues.
yes, and she used to hit you a lot when you were younger.
Yeah, we all got our butts beat. Stitcher cards, belts, shoes, flip-flop, fly squatter, elbows, whatever.
What do you think was the worst whooping you ever got?
Shit, there was so many. All of them was worst. I think the worst whooping that I got when my mom would put my head between her legs and hit you on the behind. Because not only you had to stand there and take that ass whooping, you also had to smell a pussy.
Okay.
So we got to the point. I'm sorry, can I curse?
Yeah, go ahead.
We got to the point we said, we'll just stand up and let you whoop us. I ain't want my head between nobody's legs.
Okay, well, you said that at one point when you guys got too big for her to whoop on, that she would actually pull out a gun and shoot in
And
the
shoot
air.
in the house, yes.
That just sounds insane.
That was normal, sir. It was nothing to see my mama shoot in the air. My mama got hurt when we lived in off of Moreland Avenue, and security guard came in and he threw my mama up against the wall and he damaged her spine. And so she was like, I always said she was pre-handicapped because she was real handicapped when somebody from Social Security came around, but she could do a lot of stuff. It just took her a little time. So, if she wanted all attention, she had a .22 pistol. She just shoot in the air. So that was normal. It wasn't. If you visit, you probably like, what the hell? You like, oh, that's mama's shoot. She just want us to come here. So it wasn't abnormal to me.
So there'd just be bullet holes in the ceiling.
Yeah, but she didn't care. We rented those places.
She was the homeowner.
No.
I mean, like, would someone call the police when the shots would go off, or was this just normal in that area?
I lived in the inner city. Shots always went off.
Okay.
Rain came in.
For the holes in the ceiling. You have little buckets there, for the bullet
Well,
holes.
shit, we moved so much, so
Right.
it didn't really matter.